Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are about to hit February. Can you guys believe it? It's already the end of January. It feels like just yesterday we stepped into 2021. But I am coming to you to share with you guys some of our favorite Black history resources. We all know that every year the month of February is set aside for Black History Month. However, if you have followed the channel, you know that in our home, we talk about Black history and learn about it all year long, all the time in everything that we do. When I create a unit study or when I use the Ocean Unit Study by Gather Round, I found African American history to add in that. We have tons of resources and I have shared several of those, and I will link those videos down below. I could not possibly show you everything that we have for African American / Black history, but please know that we have a ton. It is so important that the world know that Black history is a part of the world's history. It should be studied all the time, not just in the month of February. And so if you're needing help with resources and where to start with that, I'm here. Put that in the comments below. I'm very happy to help you navigate that. When I'm looking for resources for our girls, number one, it has to be interesting, meaning yes, it is history and it is important, but not everything that is presented for history for my girls' ages is age appropriate. I don't want them to take a dark tunnel down all of these different history alleys that we can go down just yet. So I am very selective about what I bring to them at their ages of 9, 7, and 3. They are not closed off and unaware of the struggles of African Americans in the Black communities. However, I choose to flip it for us this moment, focus on more of the positive and building my girls up, then introduce them to a lot of the things that have happened that are not so positive. That is how I approach it. I'm not sure if everyone does it that way. For our household, that's what works best for us. I will progress down the history street as they get older and as their interest is sparked. My girls have asked several questions about segregation and slavery and all of those different things. Current situations that have happened in our world, they are asking questions and I answer those on a case-by-case basis. So as far as our daily studies, we always pull out all of the positive and bright things in history that lets my girls know that as Blacks, African Americans, we are a part of this country and this world, and our contributions matter. With that being said, I have a slew of books that we go through, and I just add in activities and things like that as they come up for those. So I'm going to share with you guys some of my absolute faves. First up is poetry. African American poetry is so interesting, and it's not just poetry, right? Rhymes, it's hip hop, it's music, like that's poetry for Black people. And my husband is a huge word guy, I'll say, but he writes spoken word all the time. He is also a minister. And so his desire for speaking and dealing with words is amazing to me. I've always been intrigued by that in all of the years that I've known him. So of course, as I'm diving through looking for things, we are a huge music family. We make up songs all the time, create beats and all of the above. I wanted to incorporate that into our learning of Black history. Where do we get the music from? That's a part of our culture. When I started digging, I came across some very interesting books with CDs, and we have loved them. The first one is The Root of Rap. Rap is one of those things that can be both positive and negative depending on what's being spoken about. But this goes into the history of rap, where it came from. I mean, we have James Brown here. This book is so fun. And my husband's always talking about bars. That's what bars are, like 8 counts. You guys, that's what it is. So he sits down at the table with our girls and they create bars and make up all of these great beats and words and all of this. So that is a big part of our family. Friday night, fun night, we're making up music and singing. So when I came across this book, I was excited. And he was like, yes, it is a must, get it, please. What it does is it goes through the history of hip hop. It's not, or I'll say hip hop, of rap. There's not a whole lot of words, but it incorporates all of these iconic rap people who have contributed to our culture over the years. Really fun. The graphics in it are great. I mean, look at this, you guys. Look at this book. It is amazing. If you don't have it, you should go and grab it ASAP. It says, a generation voicing stories, hopes, and fears founds a hip-hop nation. Say holla if you hear me. It doesn't suit me, but I try anyway. Another book that took us down the hip-hop alley was Hip Hop Speaks to Children, a celebration of poetry with a beat. This book comes with a music CD. There are poems in here and you play the music CD with the poem while it's being played. And on the CD, they read through the poem with you and it just has really catchy beats to it. So much fun. You guys, this book is so much fun. The poets that it talks about, here are some of them. Mos Def, Lucille Clifton, Oscar Brown, Tupac, Maya Angelou, Queen Latifah, Nikki Grimes, Walter Dean Myers, and Common. And those are poets in music. And then the poems include Ego Tripping, Rapper's Delight, The Negro Speaks of Rivers, Hey Mama, Ham and Eggs, Everything is Everything, and Ladies First. Grab this book. It was at our local library as well. Only thing, it didn't have the CD in it. So we bought this off of Amazon, and all of these will be linked down below. You can just click on the link and go to the Amazon list and see everything that we have. This next book was given to me by my mother, and it is also poetry. It is called Out of Wonder, and it is poems celebrating poets. This book is so intriguing to me. I have to say that I'm not a big poetry person. Majority of the names in here, I don't even know. I have no clue who they are, but these poems are so touching. And there are a ton of them. I'm not even sure how many, like maybe 25 or 30 poems in here, but amazing graphics as well. And it has who wrote the poem. This one is a part 2 section. It says, thank you. And Kwame Alexander wrote this poem, and it is celebrating Gwendolyn Brooks. So that is how the poems are set out. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's a great book. So poetry has become a big part of our home. And I'll say unintentionally until I started really searching for books. I mean, my husband started with that process with the girls and we've just ran with it. So if you're looking for anything on African-American poetry, hip hop, rap, things like that, which is poetry for Blacks in the community, grab this one and those other 2 books. You're going to love them. As I said before, I always look for books that are interesting for my girls. They're younger and history needs to grab their attention in some sort of way. So that is my motivation anytime I am looking for anything really, especially when it comes to history. Definitely I have to find some pizzazz in it. This book I found on Amazon, and it is the ABCs of Black History, and it goes through just a book of A stands for, let me find it. A is for anthem, a banner of song that wraps us in hopes, lets us know we belong. We lift up our voices, lift them and sing. From stages and streets corners, let freedom ring. It incorporates some poems in there. It also talks about specific people in the book, and there's one for every letter of the alphabet. This is a really cute book. I've hidden it from my toddler, but it will help her learn her ABCs as well as get her history in. 2 for 1. This next book is titled, If You Were a Kid During the Civil Rights Movement. My girls are always commenting about they don't know how they would have lived or what it would have been like to live back then. So I thought that this was a really great book to get it to them from a child's perspective. It talks about marches. It goes through history, talks about Ruby Bridges. It also talks about the Little Rock Nine, equal rights for everyone, and just how those things would have affected their lives as children. This is a book that they can hopefully be able to understand some of the things that occurred in our history. This next book I've shown you guys before, but it's really fun. Sorry about the glare, guys. But it's really fun, and it is Have You Thanked an Inventor Today? I'm always joking with the girls about if they didn't have this, if I hadn't given them this, how would they do? So this book came about because when I was telling them that, I said, ooh, that would be great. You guys would be able to see how your lives would be affected if these people had not created everything that we use. It goes through a lot of the inventions from African Americans in a really fun way for children. These next few books are really specifically designed to inform you about African Americans in history. What I love about a lot of them is that they have past and present. People who are still living and people who have passed away. Because every day history is being made. And it's important for them to know. A lot of these people my children will not know or they have not heard of. But it's important because they're 9 and 7. This is a part of their history. Every day history is being made. This one is a very short book. It is just for my tot. We've had it for a couple of years, but it is Dream Big Little One, and it is by Vashti Harrison. I don't know if I ever say her name right, but this is one of her books. Just a few lines per page, and it goes through people like Shirley Chisholm and Maya Angelou and Wilma Rudolph. Really cute book. Something that she enjoys. Is short, perfect for my toddler. Here is another book by Vashti Harrison, and it is Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. Another book that has about 40 to 45 women in Black history in it. I wanted to empower my daughters with this book so that they know that they can do anything. I tell them that all the time, but you know, sometimes as parents, they don't listen to us. This book gives them an insight of the many things that African American women have done and are doing. There are also people here, not everyone in this book has passed away. So that's great too, that they know that some of these people are still living today and making change. The description and what they did is a lot longer. So Harriet Tubman, I just happened to turn to that page, has an entire page. So every page is set up the same. There is a page giving a description about who the female is, and then there is a picture. I have shown you guys this one before. Bedtime Inspirational Stories, 50 Amazing Black People Who Changed the World. Once again, what I love about it, it has present day people changing history as well as those who have passed. Little 5-minute story to read to your child and enjoy it. There we go. These last two are my faves. They are new books that I just purchased. I'm loving them. The first one is Young, Gifted, and Black. Meet 52 Black heroes from past and present. Here we go again with that same theme. I want them to know people from the past as well as people who are making history for them and their generation to know. I have to be honest. What I love about this one is that it doesn't just do American history. It has people from all over the world, England and Africa. I didn't even know. There are a lot of people in this book that I didn't know, and I'm excited to be able to sit down with my girls and not only teach them, but I get to learn as well. I mean, you can't beat that. So really, on the back of the book, it says, this book will help the next generation to chase their own dream, whatever it may be. I love that. Love it. Oh, let me show you guys inside of it really quick. If you guys want me to do a flip through, just let me know because I'd love to. Here is a page. It has Mae Jemison on this page, and I cannot even pronounce this name, you guys. I will look it up when it's time, but and she is from Kenya. Oh my goodness. I mean, it has everything from singers to actresses, athletes, activists, model, Naomi Campbell. Like it covers all spectrums of this world. One of my faves. DK did a thing with this book, you guys. It is Timelines from Black History, Leaders, Legends, and Legacies. Oh my gosh. You hear all the time that a lot of Black history is just related to like slavery and oppression and segregation and all of those things. But for me, I know that that's not true. I love that DK started out in this book showing the African kingdoms. Our history is not just slavery. And that was really what sparked my interest, is that the start of this book lets us know that there were African kingdoms, kings and queens. Oh my gosh. If you don't have this book, it just came out, you need to grab it ASAP. It is a great book. The graphics in it are really nice. My girls have already been diving through it, but look at this. It has all of these historical events in it, and it's a timeline, just like it says. Starts from the beginning and just works your way through. You can put all of the pieces together and really join that history, and so that it makes sense. Others, I just love it. And it goes all the way up to present day. We're talking about Venus and Serena Williams, Barack Obama, and I didn't know who this was. A musician in England. I didn't know. That's why I love homeschooling. I'm just throw this in because I get to learn so much with my children. And there may be things that I learned when I was in public school that I completely forgot, but to be able to relearn those with my children and have that awe with them, I live for it. But here we have it. Amazing book. DK did a thing. I could do a whole video just on this book alone. I'm going to encourage you to grab your resources, have them ready and available all year long, not just for the month of February. If you haven't started, now's the perfect time to do it. Grab some of these books, prime them to your house, be ready for February, and make it a normal part of your homeschooling journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment below. What are some of your favorite African American or Black history resources that you use every day with your children? And don't forget to hit that bell, you guys, so that you will never miss another video again. And I will see you guys right back here for another video next time. Bye.